Good morning, guys, and welcome to Questlog. Today we're going to be presenting you with a similar video to one that I made a few days ago, but with a little bit of a twist. This is going to be the deck that I will be playing for the Legend Anthology Event, which will be coming out the day that this video drops, actually. So the decks that they provide you for the loaners are pretty cool. Every time they do this, I think that it's interesting that they give you the loaner deck so that people can at least participate in the event without having something. And the decks that they give you do have a lot of like ultra rares and whatnot that you would otherwise, and SRs that you would otherwise have to craft yourself, but they're often bogged down by just really bad cards, right? Blue Eyes doesn't want to be playing the Fang of Critias. There are a lot of cards. Ultimate Creature of Destruction isn't very good. There's no back row removal in this deck. So most of the time you're going to want to be playing decks that you yourself can play or have already made if you can do so. Problem with that is that the event-specific ban lists are very, very restrictive. They want people to be playing specific decks with specific styles, and so you don't always have the freedom of playing a deck that you've already made. So for today, I'm going to be bringing you a twist on a deck that I've presented on this channel recently, Salamangreat. I know, is this deck the answer to everything? Might well be. So Salamangreat is actually hit pretty hard on the list for this. It's still playable though, and I actually think that it's pretty good. So you have, as you can see, the event-specific ban list takes things like Microcoder, Access Code Talker, and Spinny, and puts them at one, alongside things like Signet Mining and Lady Debug, so that your ability to search is pretty dramatically hindered compared to what it would normally be. But I think that the format is going to be slow enough to allow for this deck to still pop off. So tell me what you think, and we'll go through the deck profile. Starting off, 3DD Crow. There are some hand traps in this that are still allowed. Things like Ash are banned, and things like Imperm are limited. But DD Crow is still allowed, and I think is very powerful, especially with something like Blue Eyes, if that ends up being a very popular deck. Being able to get the Blue Eyes out of the grave, or the White Stone out of the grave, I think is going to be pretty powerful. Valor, you really want to play 3 in 1, but I only have 2 Valor, so you're playing 2, or I'm playing 2 in this. You can we'll do that. That's what you want to do. 1 Microcoder, this is going to be really good for the Code Talker inverted play, which will allow you to extend upwards. So this is pretty powerful if you go Bay Links and then you can go. Additionally, when it is used for the Link summon of a Code Talker monster, you can add a Signet spell trap from deck to hand. This can let you get into Signet Mining, which can help you extend by going into your other salad cards. We're playing 2 Flame Buffalo. You possibly could play 3, but I think that as far as your normal summons go, this one's only just okay. But it can let you draw, extend, and go into a Bay Links as well. Salamangreat Foxy, this is one of the most important cards in the deck at this point. If this card was limited, I don't think that this deck would be playable. But as it stands, we get 3. Excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, add a salad card that was revealed, can let you go into Circle, can let you go into Gazelle, can let you go into Jaguar. It's pretty good. One of Gazelle, Spinny, and Lady Debug, you'd want to play as many of these as possible, and what's possible is 1, so you play 1. We play 1 Salamangreat Falco, just as a name. 3 Jaguar. At this point, you are kind of coping on ways to extend, and Jaguar in the grave is one of those. Additionally, it's an 1800 beater. It's not terrible, but you're kind of hurting for salad names at this point. So 3 Jaguar is one of the best you can play. One of the best you definitely can play is Salamangreat Fowl. Whenever a Salamangreat monster is normal or special summoned, you can special this card from your hand. Turns a Jaguar normal summon into a Sunlight Wolf. Incredibly powerful. You definitely want to run 3, which is what we're doing. 2 D-Grade Buster. I kind of want to play 3, but I feel like it's going to be bricky. And so D-Grade Buster cannot be normal summon set. It must be special summoned by banishing 2 Cyberse monsters from your grave. So basically just a worse BLS. You summon this guy. It's big. You can target a monster your opponent controls with higher attack than this card, banish it until the end phase. So it can, clear way for a big attack. I think D-Grade Buster is pretty sick. Plus, I mean, just look at him. Look at that, man. 1 Salamangreat Beat Bison. If you have 3 or more Salamangreat monsters in your grave, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can target Firelink monsters in your grave up to the number of face-up cards your opponent controls, return them to the extra deck, and then it's a board-wide negate up to the number returned. So you can get some negation. It's got pretty big attack if you can get it out or keep it in that way. But for the most part, this is just a way to get a body on field if you have monsters in grave. 1 Signet Mining, 2 Sanctuary. Normally we'd only run 1, but I think that we're kind of more hurting on ways to get to this, so I'm not opposed to opening it. 2 Will of the Salamangreats. There is an argument for going 1 Sanctuary, 3 Will. I think that that's also playable. Will is ridiculous extension in this deck. I cannot believe that of the cards that were hit, this was not one of them. During your main phase, you can special summon a Salamangreat monster from your hand or graveyard. That's ridiculous. So it just lets you get bodies on field. 3 MST, you are really hurting for back row removal in this format. Cosmic Cyclone, Twin Twister, Lightning Storm, so much of that is hit. And while most of the good floodgates are also hit, I think that you probably do need back row removal, so I'm including triple MST. And it's cheap, you know? The silliness, we have a double or nothing in here, because I don't know if you've seen, we are including a Utopia double package. You've got a lot of level 4s in here, which you can kind of get out pretty easily. I think that there is a possibility of just OTKing. This is definitely a brick, but you know, it can be discarded off Signet Mining. It's probably not the best, but I think it's pretty good. 1 Circle, obviously you're probably using it to search in this context. 1 Imperm. Triple Rage, this is like the only kind of consistent destruction that the deck has access to that hasn't been hit. And with a Sunlight Wolf into Sunlight Wolf, it's just a pop 2 that's recurable. I think that's really good in a slower format, which I have a prediction this is going to end up being. 1 Roar, just as an Omni, it's searchable, but even the ways to search it are you know, more restricted than they otherwise would be. And we'll go 1 Phantom Knights of Fogblade just for more effect negation. It's a worse infinite impermanence, and in a format, and even then it's limited. You know, it's not like you get to run 3 of this. So even then, I think that it's worth playing. We're playing 1 Mirage Stalio as the aforementioned Utopia double package. We're playing 1 Blaze Dragon. We got triple Balinks, a Linkaribo, 2 Sunlight Wolf, 1 Code Talker Inverted, 1 Trans Code Talker, 2 Salamangreat Heat Leo, and then 1 Access Code Talker as the big game finisher. I think that this deck, even with the hits, is going to be able to put some link presence on board, go into an access code, and swing pop for game. I think a lot of people are going to end up playing the loner decks, and I think that at least for the very beginning, this is going to be a way to get over those loner decks and compete in the tournament just more broadly. So that is my summary of a Salamangreat list specifically for the Legend Anthology. I hope that you guys perform well in the tournament, and I hope that you enjoy.